So this is a motion-based camera. It detects movement, captures an image, and instantly sends to your Telegram over the internet. And now the surprising part, the entire code for building this project is written and flashed by an AI platform called as CodeCraft from Seed Studio. And all I did was just type a plain English prompt and it built the whole thing for me that works quite smoothly. And in this video, I'll be showing you my entire journey of building this project so that you can come to know about how to use this platform and how to turn any of your ideas into reality without having any programming knowledge at all. So let's get started. Okay, so here is the CodeCraft platform which you can open up by clicking on the link mentioned in the description. By clicking that link, you can get started for absolutely free. And as it says, you say it and I build it. This is what exactly CodeCraft is all about. We just need to type the prompt and it will build the thing for us. But the thing is, LLM models can also write the code for us. So what makes CodeCraft different than the LLM models? Well, here it is mentioned, like why choose CodeCraft. So in LLM chat tools like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, it can definitely generate the code. We can use it in the browser, but there's no support for command line. There's no hardware knowledge until unless we specify it. And also there is no option to flash and compile the code in that LLM platform. But in case of CodeCraft, it can generate the code. It runs on a browser. It has a command line support. It also has hardware knowledge, of course, as it is trained by Seed Studio. And it also has auto compile and one-click flash as well. So we don't need any other software other than the CodeCraft to build our project. And later on, I need to discuss one more thing before starting up, which is the supported hardware. So as of now, while recording this video, only these three hardwares are supported. One is the VAIO terminal, other is XIAO ESP32S3 Sense board, and third is Groove Beginner Kit. But definitely, they do have a plan to add more boards in near future, so we can definitely expect way more boards here. That being said, now let's start with this platform. For that, first of all, click on the sign in button, and here you can make an account and log in directly to your account. I will log in into my account. Okay, so this is how the interface looks like. So first we need to select the board, and later we have a chat window where we can give the prompt. So I'll be starting with the XIAO ESP32S3 Sense board, as this is the best board in the tiny form factor, which got a lot of features like camera, SD card, mic, and all those things. And by the way, XIAO ESP32 Sense is also available for sale on our website techiesms.com, whose purchase link you can find in the description of this video. Okay, so let's start with selecting this board, and let's start with a very basic thing so that we can come to know how this platform actually works. So here I'm using the XIAO ESP32 Sense. Please help me to implement. I'll select this first suggestion, which is about turning on and off the LED at the interval of 1 second. Pretty basic prompt, and I'll just press enter, and let's see what happens next. Okay, so after a couple of seconds, it started giving me the response, and okay, so it opened up a new window as well, side by side, which has three options: code, flash, and debug. But before that, let's just see what it has done. So here, V001 version LED heartbeat for XIAO ESP32S3 Sense. What it does, it has built-in LED at GPIO 21. So this is an amazing part. Like, I haven't told on which GPIO I want to blink the LED, but as it got the knowledge of that particular hardware, it automatically selected the GPIO 21, which got the onboard LED. Okay, and it automatically wrote the code based on it, and it will also print LED on and off in the serial monitors. That's what it does. And to see the code, you can click on the code tab, and here is that complete code that was written by AI. And now to flash it, we can just click on the flash button. And here, make sure the XIAO ESP32 Sense board is connected with the computer via Type-C data cable. And here I'll click on connect and flash. So here I'll select the right COM port on which this board is connected with. I'll click on connect, and oh, it started flashing. So it didn't compile the code. I guess it is already compiled by this particular platform, hence it instantly started flashing in the board. Okay, so it's already 100%. Now it must be verifying the code, and yes, it's done. And now I can see the onboard LED blinking. Let me just show you on the camera. So here, as you can see, the onboard orange LED started blinking at the interval of 1 second. And this complete code was written, compiled, and flashed by this particular CodeCraft platform. And they also have a serial monitor. Let me show you. So if I go to the debug option, here if I click on connect button, select the COM port, Here, as you can see, I also started getting the debug messages, the serial print data, you can see. So we not only have the flasher and the compiler, but we also have a serial monitor straight onto this platform. Why we need any other software, right? Okay, so now as we know how this platform works, let's try to give a prompt to build an actual project. For example, as we have a camera and a Wi-Fi chip here, why not to make an intruder alert system where whenever any motion is detected in front of camera, it immediately captures the image and maybe send it on our Telegram. Let's try to give that prompt and see if this platform can make that for us or not. So here I will write, make a project in which as soon as the motion is detected in front of the camera, capture the image and send that to me on Telegram. And here I'll also give a detailed prompt so that it can build a stable version of it. Make sure the motion detected is accurate. Don't send images based on false triggers. So yeah, that's the prompt. I guess this should be fine. And now let's just press enter and let's see if this AI can build this complete project by just giving this prompt. Let's see. So this will definitely going to take a little more time than before, because previously it was just like taking a GPIO pin and turning on and off the LED at interval of 1 second. But this time it need to check all the GPIO pins at which the camera is connected, capture the image. Oh, I got the response as well. Complex project. Definitely need your Telegram credentials first. Okay, smart. So first I need to provide the Telegram bot token and chat ID. Wow, so it immediately asks this before building the entire code. Okay, so now let me quickly show you how we can get the Telegram ID, bot token and the chat ID. So yeah, for that, first of all, we need to open up the Telegram mobile application, then just go to botfather. Here just type /new bot, and we need to give this bot a name. I'll name it as S3 bot. Simple. Now we need to give a username that should be unique and should be ending with the bot as well. S3 camera alert bot. I think this should be fine. So this is the token which I need to first provide here. So let me just quickly provide it. Okay, so I'm done with the Telegram bot token, and now for the chat ID, what you need to do is you need to go to this particular bot whose name is user info bot, and here you just need to click on the start button. I already clicked on the start button, hence I got my chat ID, and I'll provide this chat ID here. Perfect. So I got both the credentials, I provided it, and let's just press enter. And now let's wait for the AI to build the rest of the code based on our credentials. But this was great. Like, it already knew that for making this complete project, it will need this Telegram bot token and the chat ID. So it asked it before building the complete code. Smart. Okay, so this time it took a lot of time, I guess 5 to 7 minutes to do this, but it makes sense as well, because this platform not just gave us the code, but it has done a lot of the task as well. For example, it first asked for this Telegram bot token and chat ID that we give. After that, it started building the code. After the code was built, it automatically started reviewing that code by itself, and after reviewing, it found bugs in the code. Okay, and it started solving those bugs as well, and after that it started building the other code. By solving those bugs, it found a little more issue, it then solved that. So it's kind of building the code and checking it by itself, so that the final version that we get is the most stable version without having any kind of bugs in it. Okay, so for that reason it took a lot of time to do it, but still we are left with one last thing, which is providing the SRE name and password. Yes, it didn't ask this thing before. It should have asked, by the way, but yeah, it didn't ask. And later it says how it works. So motion detected with the false trigger resistance that we have asked. So block based grayscale frame differencing splits QVGA into 20 by 15 of blocks of 16 by 16 pixel. Each block differ by greater than 12 brightness level to be count as changed. So this is how it will be detecting the motion in front of the camera. And here it has provided one more condition, which is greater than or equal to 8% blocks must be changed, which will ignore small shadows and sensor noise. Okay, so this is basically what this code all about is mentioned here. But here, rather than discussing this, I'm more excited to test out this particular code. Like, does it works on the first go or not? But yeah, before that we need to provide the SID name and password. So I'll go to the code, and here is the segment where I can provide the SID name and password. But hey, this is, I can't edit it. Okay, no issue. Let me just ask this CodeCraft itself to change the SSID name into SMS underscore geofy and password to SMS 123458956. Okay, so I'll directly ask this AI to change the code for me, because I am not able to edit it here. Rather, I need to copy this code and edit it into some other IDE, and later I need to upload it. That is kind of a tedious task. Better I ask this AI to modify the code by providing these two credentials, and hopefully it will do that for me. But I think they should provide kind of an editor as well here, so that we can edit the code in the same window. Anyways, let's wait for this thing. I don't think it will take much more time now. Okay, so as expected, I got the code with the Wi-Fi credentials in it, and now everything is good. Everything seems perfect, and now we are good to go to flash this code and test it out. So I'll click on connect and flash, select the COM port, click on connect, and it immediately started flashing the firmware because it was pre-compiled, I guess. And later, in a couple of seconds, it will get uploaded. Okay, so the firmware is successfully flashed, and I'll go to the debug window, click on connect, and yeah, I think it started working. Let us open the Telegram chatbot to see if we are getting the photos or not. So I'll just place the camera here, and let's open the bot. For that, I'll go to the bot father, and here is my S3 bot. I'll click on the start button, and I guess it started. Okay, so I got two photos as well. Okay, let's wait for this camera to get stable. Oh, it is sending me the images. Okay, so first of all, it is able to send the photo directly on Telegram. As you can see, I got a lot of images. But the thing is, even if I'm not doing any kind of motion, it is still sending. As you can see, I got these images even without doing any kind of motion. So there is definitely some false triggering happening. So let's just ask this AI platform to solve this thing. So here I tried to explain the issue to the platform about the false triggering, and was waiting for it to work on it and give me the modified code in return. And that's the beauty of this platform. Like, even if you are a non-techie and don't exactly know what's the technical issue, you can still ask the platform about what's wrong right now, and it will solve that for you. Okay, so I got the response from this platform, and it just mentioned what was wrong, and it done 3 kind of fixes here to make sure it's more stable than before. So I'll simply connect and flash. Let's see if it works stable and smoothly or not. Okay, so the code is flashed. I'll open the debug window, click on the connect button, and it's connected. I open up the Telegram as well, and the motion was detected already. But let's give some time to make it stable. Okay, so I didn't get any new photo here, so everything seems stable now. And now I'll try to move my hand in front of the camera, and let's see if it works or it detects the motion or not. So I'll move my hand in front of the camera, and yes, the motion is detected. And hopefully I should get my hand. Yeah, you can see here are my fingers. So it's actually working. It's now working only when the motion is detected. So yes, on the second try, we got the stable version of our motion image alert based project, and everything was done by this AI platform. And later, as it was working as expected, we first soldered it using the heat bed on a PCB that we designed for our AI pin project, and inserted in the 3D printed enclosure of the same project. And now we can place this project anywhere where we want to get the image of the intruder. And that's how you can build your own project by just asking what you want to CodeCraft, and it will handle the rest of all the tasks for you. Now here, talking about the subscription plan, then as I said previously, by just clicking on the link mentioned in the description, you can get started with the free plan. But it do have some kind of limitation of usage, so they do have two paid plan as well, Pro and Max, that give you additional number of tokens to use it for longer period of time. And further, in these paid plans, you are also allowed to download the code. Here, let me tell you a good news. If you click my link mentioned in the description of this video, well, you'll get additional discounts on the purchase of paid plan. So whether you are an engineer, maker, or just a non-techie who got an idea to build something but lack with technical knowledge, well, CodeCraft is here to help. And I hope you got to know everything about this platform and how to use it from this particular video. And if it's so, well, a like will definitely be appreciated. And do subscribe our channel to see more such interesting videos around electronics and AI. And yeah, with that being said, I'm just ending this video here, and now just wait for my next video, and then we'll explore, learn, share with me, techiesms.